What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is part 3 in the broken Duramax series, I suppose. I picked this up as a spare ride, as I mentioned in the other videos. So when I have to do some work to my Dodge, just getting some miles on it, need some brakes, new joints, that sort of stuff. You know how it is to get something tore apart, then you need a part from town and you can't go get it till you got to put something back together. So I thought this would be nice to have around as a handy vehicle, for a second vehicle. Anyway, so I've got it all cleaned up, and I put the bumper here back on. The lower valance here, just got a screw here holding it. I'll eventually get a better bumper, but just wanted to stick it back on there for time being. I picked up some axle shafts, put those in, new wheel bearing. I believe there's some axle seal leaks going on there. It's probably why they had the axles out of the truck. It probably was getting low on fluid, and instead of having the differential resealed, they just pulled the axles out so it didn't turn, is what I'm guessing at this point. So I have those axles in there, and it's also got a power steering leak from the steering gearbox, and I think the power steering pump is a little bit weak because it's been run low on fluid before, I'm guessing. So it will need a new power steering pump and gearbox to fix that as well. Also, I have drove the truck around a little bit, just back and forth uptown, hauling the garbage off, that sort of thing, and it is using coolant. And so I was thinking EGR cooler. Well, I come over here and it looks like someone has been working on it already, because if you take a look-see right there, you can see that EGR cooler looks pretty new to me with a new shiny hose clamp on it. And so I pulled the bolts out of the exhaust right there where it goes into the EGR cooler at the back right there, and separated it with a screwdriver so that it would not build pressure. And with the truck warm and full of water, sitting here idling, after about roughly 10 or 15 minutes, the radiator hose gets rock hard. You can't squeeze it, and so there's a lot of pressure in the system. And then when you go drive the truck and you get on it pretty good under load, under boost, it is pushing the coolant out of the coolant reservoir here, which is kind of the same thing that the 6-liter Power Strokes were known for. I thought that the Duramax was a little better than that, but evidently it was also a common problem on the Duramax, head gasket wise. So I guess we're going to pull the heads off of Duramax. So that's what this turned into. I guess that's what you get for buying something used, but I think I can still make it work. And doing everything myself and all, I think I can still come out okay on the truck. I just won't be able to do as much aftermarket stuff as I originally wanted to do. So changes the plans of the truck a little bit just to stay in the budget that I had in mind. So anyway, I guess in the next video we're going to get started pulling this thing apart and seeing about putting some head gaskets on. And I don't know if if I'll have to resurface them, or if they're cracked or warped out of spec to where they can't be resurfaced. They're warped too bad, have to get some new heads. Whatever that's going to turn into, that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to do it as economical as possible, but we're going to also do it right, because I don't want to do this but one time. I don't even want to do it one time, honestly, but that's that's how it is. And so that's what we're going to do. And again, we'll probably go ahead and pull the front differential out as well, and do the reseal on that. But other than that, I've got to get an inner fender liner for this, and I've got the truck looking pretty decent at the moment. So I still think it'll make a good truck. The transmission seems to shift fine so far, and I got her fixed up a little bit on the inside, put a steering wheel cover on it, got this all back together and everything. I've never done any upholstery or anything before really on a seat, but that's probably what I'm going to do to this seat. Also, I was looking, and I can buy the foam replacement pad here and the seat cover, and this is really the worst one. It has a few cracks here. This isn't really severe yet. This here needs to be something done with because it's kind of uncomfortable with it missing. The other side is starting just a little bit. Go around there and show you the other side. It's starting to have a problem with it as well, but it's not that bad yet for, you know, for a work truck with 300,000 miles on it. But it might be a smart idea to just go ahead and get the lower half to keep from having to buy the foam in the future, and go ahead and replace that as well. Back seats looking pretty good. I don't think there'll be any reason to mess with those. So got it cleaned up pretty good. May go over and vacuum that carpet one more time. I've been getting in and out with the out here in the shop and dirt on my feet, and probably go ahead and vacuum it one more time before I put the floor mats back in. And that's about it. So I guess we're going to get started on pulling the heads and stuff apart. I'm gonna do it with it in the truck, I suppose. I don't really have a way to pull the engine out easily. Don't have a engine hoist here. I could get one, but I would rather just try to do it in the truck. I've done a 6-liter Power Stroke in the truck before. It is a pain in the butt. Some people say it can't be done. It can be done. I've done it, and it definitely is a pain, and you have to have a torque wrench adapter to get to the rear head bolts back there on the Power Strokes. I think this looks a little bit like there's a little bit more room, and I think the fuel system is definitely a little bit easier, but I guess we're going to find out, because that's what needs to be done. And according to the literature that I've read, they did have some issues with the number 4 cylinder on these, which I think is on the back there. Memory serves me right, where the head gasket would get a seep in it, and it would cause this issue. So I guess I'm not surprised with my luck, but anyway, that's what it is. So anyway, that's just how things are gonna go. So in the next video, I guess we'll start tearing this thing down. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time.